Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple 1. I'm going to give you a review on e-bike. I've done a few of them. I have this one and one more to do, and then I'll really compare them for you. But let's get right into it. This is a Himiway. This is the Escape. This was sent to me absolutely free. I get no money for doing the video, and I have not signed up for the commissions off of this, so I make nothing if you buy it or if you don't buy it. But this is a 48 volt e-bike. It's a 17.5 amp hour. The motor in this is the 750 watts, so that is what you're looking for, at least 750. Do not get one that has 500 unless you're doing totally complete flat city driving. I'm in the mountains, so I do have some mountains I go up and down. This has a manual 7-speed, like you would on an old-fashioned bike, 7 speeds. The top speed is rated on this thing at 25 miles per hour. It has 20-inch wheels on it, and they're 4 inches wide. The capacity on this, so this would include the person riding it, and if you strap any cargo, would be 330 pounds. The bike itself weighs 92 pounds. I'm going to go over some of the good things and the bad things, but the manual they provided was excellent. I'm tired of getting manuals that are not even worth reading, but they did a great job explaining everything on this bike. Now this bike's going to come most of the time, unless you pay for assembly. Unassembled, it's going to take you about an hour or so. With 2 people, can really get it done quickly to assemble it and get riding. Before you ride it, they'll get it fully charged. The nice thing about this is the battery, as you can see, is all sort of self-contained. It comes out the bottom. It's lockable, so someone can't steal it if you go somewhere. They've done some extras on here. As you can see, these cables have run inside the frame, so that's a nice feature to it. So let's go from the front to the back and let's explain it. It has disc brakes. They work excellent. You will stop on a dime. It has a very big headlight, which is a big positive. You can strap a basket on the front. And they've gone the extra mile. They strap these cables all together so it's a uniform, neat appearance. This is a little bit different than some of the models. This is a twist. You just got to twist it, and as you can see, it's wanting to take off. Some of them have just a little button for your hand. I like the twist because what we'll do is my hand will be around the grip at all times. If it's a little button up here, as you can see, I'm losing some control because my thumb is up top. I don't like that. I like having firm control. Plus, driving motorcycles, it's the same grip, so it's very, for me, the same. This I don't like. I've explained it to you why. This one is not as big as some of them. I like to get my whole hand around it as much as possible. This one twists a little bit, as you can see, so it's okay, but I want to be able to firmly grasp this. They did put a bell on it. Pretty cheesy. I wish they had a horn. I have one that has a horn. It's pretty loud, but this one has a bell. The best thing about this feature is a huge screen. It's huge. Some of the ones that I've done have a little screen over here. It's very small. This one's big. Everything's very clear for you. The on-off switch is right here. It does have a light that goes, you can turn on. The nice thing about the light is if you're caught out at night, very helpful. It's not too bright during the day, but at night it does a job for you. The nice thing about the light on the rear, as you can see, if the light's on or off, when you apply either of the brakes, it's going to flash. That is a huge safety feature on this bike, especially if you're out at night. Most of the bikes I've showed you do not have that feature, so this has gone the extra mile on that feature. You can see by the seat. The seat is very comfortable. This is my wife's favorite bike. She says the seat is very, very comfortable, and I totally agree with her. A lot of the seats are smaller. They come to a point. After a few hours, they're not that comfortable. This one definitely gets the A+ rating for comfort. Also, as you can see, you have shocks on the front. Most of them will have shocks on the front. The big thing, they have nice big spring shocks on the back. Most of them do not have this feature at this price point. So it's definitely, when you're going over bumps, you will definitely appreciate that. Some of the things I don't like on this particular model, there's just one really. It's the light switch and the pedal control or pedal assist. This has pedal assist on it. It will go up to 5. So you can set it at number 1, very easy. The button's right there. And pedal assist, the more pedal assist you go, the faster you're going to go. You can ride this totally with no pedaling and using just the throttle, as you can see. Or you can use pedal assist, and that's a huge. That way you can get a workout and you can extend the battery. Typically, you never get what they say on the battery because, first of all, they don't know who's going to be riding it. It varies. You could put a 100-pound lady on here, you could put a 250-pound man on here, and the lady's going to get more mileage out of it. Also, your terrain, if you're going up hills a lot, it's going to tax the battery more, and you're not going to have as much use out of it. The one thing that really scared me to death on this bike is the pedal assist buttons are right here. Literally, my hand's touching both of them is the light switch. I was going down a gravel road at 20-some miles an hour, and I went to turn on the pedal assist. Now remember, the light is fine in the front. I'm lighting up everything I can see, but there's no light here. My thumb accidentally hit the light button. So I go from about 22, 23 miles an hour, can see everything, to pure darkness. There's no street lights out here in the country. So I immediately slammed the brakes on. I didn't even try to turn the light back on because it was hit the brakes or die. And luckily I had no traffic next to me. So that is one thing, be very careful. Do not let your finger hit the light and turn your lights off. If I have to ride at night, I have a helmet with a headlamp on. I will always use that from now on because that was not a good feeling. Pitch dark at 23 miles an hour on a gravel road. So that's one thing to just be aware of. Now, granted, these are very expensive. I understand that. You do get a cool point. These are fun. This is how I personally relax. I do a lot on YouTube. I do a lot of talking to people on the phone. For me to get on this bike in the evening and go for a 30-minute ride, it totally relaxes me. So I love it. Now, what is the practical uses for this bike? If you live in a city, you can definitely put a little basket on here. They sell a basket. They sell a basket for the front. And you could use it to go get your food at the local store. You could definitely go to work. Now, granted, if you got a 20-mile-hour trip or a 20-mile trip in heavy traffic, you probably won't use that. But if you have 4 or 5 or 6 mile to get to work, this could definitely be useful to save you money. Or some people live in the city where they can't have a vehicle, or it's too expensive to have a vehicle. They don't have a parking spot to have a vehicle. This could definitely give you some mobility to get around. Also, by using this, it saves wear and tear on your car if you do have a car. Also, I have gone in my neighborhood and surrounding areas with this bike, and I have seen things that I normally don't see because I'm not going to walk it. But by riding it, I've noticed things. I've also met a few people riding this bike. They've stopped and talked to me because it's cool. They say, "What's that?" And then I can explain an electric bike to them. So I've met some nice people. Biggest thing is exercise. You can get on this bike. It forces you out, forces you on the road. You might be a little bit overweight, might be unhealthy. Getting this bike, you can start pedaling. So you can pedal for 10 minutes a day. And the rest of the time, use the electric motor, use the battery, and then build yourself up to where you're getting some good exercise. You might say, "Dave, I'm in good shape right now." You can use this to maintain what you're doing. Definitely can maintain your physical fitness. Also, this is charged by solar. I can use this and charge it off my solar system, and it gives me some freedom. I don't have to rely on putting gas in the car. I've used this to go to friends' house, so I don't have to jump in the car. And trust me, it's more enjoyable to jump on this and go somewhere than jump in the car and drive there. In a grid down situation, I could definitely have some mobility in my community. I have friends and family, some are 5, 6 miles away. I can jump on this thing and get to them. We live in the country. We have storms coming all the time, and we are loaded with trees on all sides of the road, so trees go down. I've had to go to my parents' house on foot because of certain trees where I couldn't get through. These give me the option to take off to emergency try to check on loved ones, and I can simply carry this around trees, go around trees, and get there so much quicker than having to walk all the way to check on things. In a worst case grid down event, this thing, if fuel is not available, will be a lifesaver for me. Now let's get down to the cost. These things are expensive. I have been blessed that the company has sent me one. I appreciate Himiway sending me this. It is a great blessing for me. What I'm trying to do is, a lot of people want these bikes. The reviews I'm doing is to show you which one is good and bad. I get paid zero to make this. I get zero commission, so I'm trying to find you the right bike for your needs. Let's go with cost. This has some features that those other bikes did not have on them, like the light in the back. So the cost is a little bit higher on this one. I think this sells for about $1,800. They're always having sales. Right now I think Black Friday is $200 off, so it drops it to $1,600. That is a lot of money. You might say, Dave, I can't afford $1,600. So take the concept away. Maybe you can't afford this bike, but maybe you can afford just a pedal bike. You know, go to a secondhand store, get a pedal bike. It's going to give you the same thing as this. It's going to get you out there. It's going to give you mobility. It's going to give you exercise, and it's definitely at a cheaper cost. So if you can afford this, if this fits what you need and you can get some practical use out of it, then look at it. This one is definitely has checked all the boxes for me. It's very peppy. I have no problems going up certain hills at all. This is my wife's favorite bike. I am struggling between two different e-bikes. This is definitely my first or my second pick. I haven't come to the conclusion yet because I'm going to drag race some. We're going to do some time clock and see how fast they are at certain distances, and then I'll determine it. So if you got any questions, I'll be glad to help you. If this is beyond your price range, look at a regular pedal bike. Look at the used markets. Look on Craigslist. Look on a Facebook marketplace. Give you some mobility and could definitely help you improve your life. The biggest thing is get healthy, get off the couch, and do something. So I appreciate getting the chance to review this bike. Other than cost and the very cheesy bell it has on it, and just be careful with your finger, this bike has worked up to my level. It's met my standard, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for one. Thanks for watching.